nothing like your motherfucking ass. I want to be me, a unique individual, one of a motherfucking kind, goddammit, to make me and break the motherfucking mold and throw that motherfucker away. Ain't no more. Ain't no more, goddammit.
Yeah, you know what it is, man. Peace to the hustler, man. Media. You know, let me talk my shit, man. Fuck y'all niggas, man. Hey, look, hey, I'm in my own lane, just smoking and rolling. Always money on my mind and how to control it. Competition and my mission, I destroy my opponents. You either suffer defeat or get hit and join us. I got my foot on the pedal, motherfucker, I floor it. Got a passion for the hustle in the game, I adore it. All that shit niggas talking, I just laugh and ignore it. Paid the cost to talk shit, man, you can't afford it. Heard your shit beats cool, but the lyrics is boring. Saying shit niggas said before a broken recording. You got this, dry that, man, that shit hella corny. Really got it out the mud, that's why I'm stubborn and ornery. Protector if you my family, man, that's why I stay on me. Ain't no suckers in my circle, snakes, fakes, or phony. Cross me, ain't no coming back.
Y'all know what it is, man.
If you see me sliding in traffic, I bet you don't know me. Like me, I'm a wolf amongst sheep. Protector, hunter, I kill what I eat. Get in my way, get out of line, and you gon' suffer defeat.
Talking shit, episode 78.
Niggas don't move like me, I'm a wolf amongst sheep. Protector, hunter, I kill what I eat. Get in my way, get out of line, and you gon' suffer defeat. Or stay 10 toes down, we all gon' eat. Niggas like to burn bridges, can't swim nor float. See me good on my lonely, try to jump on my boat. I'm like, no, shit, it's all good to have hope. Keep adding on chapters to that story that you wrote. I wish your mind finds peace in the quotes that you post. I hope you get everything you want tenfold or more. Keep it pushing, little nigga, you don't really want smoke. I stay in my own lane, don't want wreck with me, folks, cause I'll burn a nigga quick like you forgot to pull your toast. And yeah, I'm on some cool shit, I'm just not like most, not to be disrespected. I'm nice but not weak, I can't turn the other cheek, cause I'll slap you with the heat. And I'll be damned if I bow to another nigga feet or ride a nigga meat. They ain't who they claim to be. Man, the world getting crazy, all these demons in the street. I'm just a wolf among sheep, getting ready for the feast. Niggas don't move like me, I'm a wolf among sheep. Protector, hunter, I kill what I eat. Get in my way, get out of line, and you gon' suffer defeat. Or stay 10 toes down, we all gon' eat. Niggas don't move like me, I'm a wolf among sheep. Protector, hunter, I kill what I eat. Get in my way, get out of line, and you gon' suffer defeat. Or stay 10 toes down, we all gon' eat.
Alright, man, y'all know what it is. What's good with it? What's going on, man? It's your boy, PG the Hustler, man. Y'all know what it is. As y'all see, y'all go right here, Spotify, iTunes, wherever y'all want to go. Go and check. Lane out, new single out, album dropping around Halloween time. Y'all know what it is, man. We finna get to the show, though, man. Get to what y'all came here for. I'm just doing a little shameless plug shit. You know how I go. Anyway, man, let's crack it off, man. Hope y'all week was good. Promising. Hope y'all got everything y'all wanted. You know what I'm saying? Hope everything went your way. If it didn't, hang on. It will. Let's go.
Tuesday, the former NFL Network reporter Jim Trotter sued the National Football League and alleges that an NFL owner made a racist remark. So talk about what this lawsuit means and what impact it could potentially have in the league is what we are going to do. We're going to do
the collab cam is on. If y'all jump in,
CBS Sports Radio and Fox Sports Radio. She is also the founder of League of Justice. Amy Dash joins us now. Amy, how's it going?
Very good. How are you?
I'm doing well, Amy. I'm doing well. Definitely thought you were the perfect voice to talk about this, and let's talk about this legally in a way. So, Amy, Trotter, who was terminated by the NFL Network earlier this year and is now with The Athletic as a columnist, filed a federal discrimination lawsuit against the NFL. And the headlines from the 53-page lawsuit is that Bills owner Terry Pegula allegedly made a, quote, highly offensive and racist remark, and that the league failed to address issues of race and diversity, including Pegula's alleged remarks, which were, quote, swept under the rug. So, Amy, I got to ask you this. What was your initial reaction to this lawsuit filed by Trotter, and what is the journalist hoping that this lawsuit will accomplish?
Well, actually, I spoke to Jim. I asked him that very question. Ultimately, I think his lawsuit speaks for itself. The complaint starts with a quote from his speech when he accepted a very prestigious journalism award at the Football Hall of Fame. Way back when. And as a journalist myself, I do share his sentiment that the majority of journalists become journalists to make the world a better place and really to make a difference. And for Jim, from speaking to him at length after the Brian Flores suit was filed, he has made it clear that personally, it's been a very tiring journey for him. To start out with professional goals that all journalists do that are very much grounded on ideals. And then you face the harsh realities of the media industry or any industry as a Black man, or personally speaking as a woman, all things are not always equal. And so I think Jim's goal maybe started out more general, but from his experiences personally, it became more specific. And that is to make the path easier now for those who come after him in his field. And as he said to me yesterday, he just wants there to be real change and a real difference. So that there's equality and there's equal opportunity across the NFL.
I want to
And
know what
I
happened.
always find it ironic, Dexter, when media outlets seek out
I
top
wanna know what
journalists and
happened.
then they ask them to stand down or fall in line when they see things that they perceive as unjust or not right. It's really counterintuitive because journalists, their very work is to blaze a trail. And so, like so many of us, Jim had a hard time making that change from within. So now he's trying to access legal remedies to accomplish it.
Understood. And I think sometimes you have to make those steps. Like you said, if you can't do it from within, you have to look elsewhere and use legal process to be able to do that. So if we could, Amy, if we could address the alleged remarks in this lawsuit.
Here we go.
According
Come on,
to the
let's go.
lawsuit, Trotter claims that in August of 2020, he asked Cowboys owner Jerry Jones why there weren't more Black professionals in decision-making positions. And Jones allegedly responded by saying if Blacks feel some kind of way, they should buy their own team and hire who they want to hire. And then also Pegula allegedly said to an unnamed NFL media reporter, quote, if the Black players don't like it here, they should go back to Africa and see how bad it is. This was according to the lawsuit. Trotter said he found out about the remark during an NFL media Zoom meeting in September of 2020 and then pressed the NFL on Pegula's remark. So I have to ask this: if this goes to trial
That
and both
wasn't some of
owners
the
are found
weakest,
guilty
corniest shit.
of these alleged remarks, what kind of punishment could Pegula, Jones, and/or the league face?
Well, so there wouldn't be guilt because it's not a criminal context, but there could certainly be civil liability. What he's suing for is retaliation and for discrimination under Section 1981 of the Civil Rights Act, essentially saying that he was subject to various instances of hostile work environment and that his contract was not renewed because of his race. So he'll file a charge of discrimination first with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. And the commission actually has the power to force
This
the
soft-ass
NFL
society,
to
he
rehire
probably
him,
gonna get away
to
with
pay
that.
him
He
back
might get-
pay, to put him in a
might get over
position
with
that he
that.
would have been in had this not all happened the way that
Jerry
he said
Jones
it
ain't
happened.
really say
And
nothing bad.
even that commission can award damages, compensatory and punitive, which are limited to
wasn't racist.
$300,000.
Wouldn't go back to Africa.
And then liquidated damages. Then he will move forward with a lawsuit and he wants equitable relief. So he basically wants a court to side with him. And he wants a court-ordered monitor to review the NFL's policies and practices and implement actual changes with respect to the hiring, retention, and advancement of Black people throughout all levels of the NFL. So the league owners' hands at that point can be forced. And so I think that's where liability with the damages, if the court monitor actually does the full-scale investigation that he's asking for, and he wants it published and public, that's sort of where the team owners would face consequences there.
Gotcha. And so he's hoping that he can see that full-scale investigation done there, and hopefully that can occur. We also want to ask this. Trotter's lawyers, they also represent Brian Flores, who in 2022 sued the NFL in a case that is still ongoing. Going forward, do you think either of these lawsuits will impact the other at all?
Oh, definitely. I think if Jim gets the declaratory judgment from the court that he's seeking, which is basically a court agreeing with him that there is a hostile work environment and discrimination within hiring at the NFL.
Bro, look at this nigga
then
forehead,
that can be
man.
used in the Flores suit to influence the outcome.
Brian
there.
Flores'
Also,
forehead is so funny.
if there is
That
a
nigga
court monitor
dumb.
and an investigation, the findings can be used. And Jim, of course, will likely now participate in the Flores suit as a witness, sharing the statements he heard from owners or that his colleagues heard, and be a real resource there to provide any evidence to establish a pattern that allegedly runs throughout the league.
Which brings me to my last question here, because this suit is the latest in a series of racial discrimination lawsuits against the NFL. We mentioned Flores. We also saw Colin Kaepernick. He received a multi-million-dollar settlement, with the league back in 2019 after he claimed a team systemically blackballed him because he knelt in protest of police brutality.
And he's still blackballed.
The national anthem. The NFL has claimed that it wants to be held accountable regarding diversity, equity, and inclusion. I tried to do so when it cost me my job, is a quote that we heard from Jim Trotter. Do you believe that any of these lawsuits can actually hold the league accountable?
I do think there will be change from the lawsuits as long as there continues to be media pressure. Jim's numbers are verifiable. He's claiming no full-time Black employees in the newsroom, no Black employees in senior management in the division where he worked. And if you look at Black coaches, his suit claims 2 out of 3 of the Black coaches were hired after the Flores suit. So there is some change already, but the question is it going to endure? No majority Black owner. There were opportunities with the Commanders sale for that. Out of 7 Black GMs, Jim claims 5 hired in the last 12 months. So the numbers don't lie. There's actually even a compelling org chart that he included in his suit that shows that his direct chain of command at NFL Media was 7 white men. And then, of course, the owners, majority white men and women. And his job, when he was actually brought in, was specifically to cover the human side of football, the personal stories, the quest for equal opportunities, the racial injustice, the social activism. So it's hard to do that work well when none of your supervisors share the same backgrounds as you or your subjects, which are really integral to having authentic coverage.
Yeah, it is absolutely important. That's why diversity and inclusion are important in all areas of life, and definitely here. Amy, appreciate you and your insight here on this lawsuit filed by Jim Trotter against the NFL. Amy Dash, she is a legal insider for Odyssey Sports, CBS Sports Radio, and Fox Sports, also the founder of the League of Justice. Go check out her work. Amy, thank you so much for the time and the insight. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Great to see you.
Wow. So all I want to say, and I'm gonna keep on moving on this shit. All I want to say about that is I get it, I feel it, but I feel like this society has become hella soft in a way. Like, and I'm not just like, don't get me wrong. Like what the other owner, Pagula, whatever he said, that back to Africa shit corny as fuck. That was racist as hell and corny as fuck. But when Jerry Jones said if Black players want, they unhappy, he didn't even say Black players. He just said African Americans. Y'all should buy a team and hire who you want. It's fucking what he said was, it could be labeled, in my opinion, as offensive but not racist. And the only reason why I say that is because Jerry Jones knows how to pick his words. I mean, in so many words, he might as well said, if poor people, or if the fans. Because he didn't put no label on nothing. He just kind of said if Black people want to buy it, just buy it and hire who they want, which is a fucking fact. If I don't like something, I'm going to buy it and make it the way I want, or I'm gonna do what I want with it, or I'm gonna I don't know. I'm not siding with him either. I'm just saying they just throwing that shit in for extra, and they trying to throw the Brian Flores shit in too. Like, it's just gotten real soft, man. And I think they're biting the ankles of the NFL, man. I mean, I get it, but all of these lawsuits and stuff, man. I don't know when. I don't know, man. I know our forefathers. I know our granddads and uncles and great uncles and great granddads. I know them niggas took her way worse than that and didn't get a motherfucking dime, and they kept on fucking working. I mean, I don't know. Like, I just, especially in the position these motherfuckers is in. Like, I get it. You qualify for a job, you overqualify, or you know what I'm saying, and you don't get it, or you don't get renewed because of the statements that you made. I mean, I get it. And I applaud you for saying that, for asking the question. But don't ask the question if you don't want to be prepared for the answer. And I only say that to say this, like, asking that question, you set yourself up to be, to be talked to like that. I mean, honestly, because that's just, we know why. We know why. You think that you're gonna hurt that man by asking the question and by letting him. Jerry Jones is an old motherfucker racist. He don't give a shit. He know, like I said, he know how to choose his words. So he knew how to wiggle that question and make it somewhat offensive, but make it not to where it's racist. It was definitely offensive because he could have said it about any group of people. So I mean, that's just the way I feel about that shit. I mean, I'm just talking my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really could care less, man. I hear crazy shit every day at work. I'm faced with crazy shit every day in the world. Us as regular people face you watching. You face worse shit than that in your day-to-day life. You know what I'm saying? Did you get $1 for it? Nah. Okay. Well, buck the fuck up and go back to work, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, pull your motherfucking bootstraps up, man, and get to it. I mean, I don't know. That's just how I feel. Anyway, moving on. I don't even know what's on the list for the day, man. I'm just rolling with y'all. We just watching shit and talking shit, man. It's just my time to hang out with y'all motherfuckers. And
it's never been a better time to launch your printing business than during Racoma.
We know about that. Y'all just trying to make a motherfucking buck. We know about Racoma, ass. Sponsor.
Found a black child while calling the black child George Floyd. Put it up full mass. The story is going to boil your blood. A 14-year-old white child whose identity is John S. I'm withholding that last name because he's still a minor, even though the prosecutor decided to expose it. The 14-year-old faces charges in an alleged racially motivated murder attempt involving another youth. The suspect threatened the victim with a stone, called him the N-word, according to prosecutors. The incident occurred in Chatham, Massachusetts at Goose Pond. You're looking at it on July 19th. The teenager was at the pond with two others, whom he reportedly told he could not swim. Reports say he was given a life jacket to support himself, and with this precaution, he got into the water, and the boys he had just met that day with those children. According to the DA, once in the water, the juvenile defendant proceeded to pull on the victim's life jacket and submerged him underwater 4 to 5 times, causing the victim breathing distress. The third juvenile laughed at the victim during the attempted drowning and referred to the victim as George Floyd, a press release said from the DA. The assault persisted as the 14-year-old swam beneath the black youth, attempting to seize his feet and submerge him again. They were trying to kill him. Prosecution asserts that the bullying ceased when the victim cried out for assistance from the shoreline, prompting a bystander to leap into the water, rescue him, and bring him ashore. The teen was indicted by a grand jury on attempted murder and assault with a deadly weapon charge. The DA said the boy's records, quote, shall be open to public inspection in the same manner and to the same extent as adult criminal court records, adding that all proceedings related to this case will be open to the public. Now, what this 14-year-old kid attempted to do is extreme, it is violent, it is evil, it is criminal, and he should face punishment, severe punishment, try to kill somebody. And he knew what he was doing was wrong, bad, not legal.
Yeah, he did.
The DA says, I'm gonna release his name. You know, DA, I have a recommendation for you because I think you're a good person. I want you to release the name of his parents, grandparents.
Right, because them the people at fault.
I want you to release the names of the people who taught him this.
Thank you.
NBC 10 Boston. Identify the team and also spoke to the lawyer. NBC 10 Boston reached out to John S.'s lawyer for comment. The lawyer, Kevin Reddington, told the Boston Globe on Friday that the charges are just over the top for what amounted to horse playing. They got out of control. He said it was appealing to the Superior Court to have John S. released. All of the people involved are juveniles, as are the witnesses. And all but John S. had their names redacted from the report. John S.'s name was not redacted because he's being tried as a youthful offender, which makes you a little more than a juvenile, okay? Yep. The teen attended a hearing on Thursday, August 31st. Inside of the juvenile court, a judge ordered that he be held without bail. His next appearance in court is set for September 13th. I agree with the prosecutor and everything the prosecutor's doing, all of it.
That's today, so we will follow up on
all of it. There's a bigger paradigm at play. What is it? That 14-year-old kid adopted, absorbed this kind of racism and hate.
Yep.
He wasn't born with it.
Yep.
His first opportunity, what did he try to do? Kill a black person and literally call that black kid the N-word? George Floyd. What does the 14-year-old know about George Floyd? Whatever his parents taught him, whatever hate they spewed at that dinner table.
Yep.
Jasmine, thoughts?
Yeah, it's exactly like what you said, Doc. Kids learn behaviors from their elders, from the adults in their lives, more so than from what they're exposed to on the internet or on social media or even on the news. This is so sad to see because, my bleeding heart, children really are the future, and I don't believe that they're born with hate in their hearts. But this feels a little different. Attempted murder, especially at such a young age, is a leap from teasing or bullying. I don't even have words for it.
Yeah. We will bring you the update as the case moves forward, and the DA has promised full transparency.
So it should be a thing.
Josh, I know, Tony.
It should be something out next week about that, and I'm gonna definitely bring that to y'all. It should be out, and I'll bring it to y'all. Anyway, let's get to this update right here.
50 sworn police officers on the force.
We're talking about Coffee City. That's up in Henderson County, some 3 hours north of Houston. They have one cop for every 5 residents. And what's more, Jeremy Rogowski discovered many of those officers have a history of problems wearing the badge.
Y'all make sure y'all stay away from that. I think we did this already.
Some 3 hours north of Houston, this dot on the map has quite a reputation among those who drive through.
They're everywhere, literally everywhere.
They run back and forth, back and forth.
A lot of officers policing a very small number of people.
Only 249 people, says the sign on the edge of town. And when you add up all the full-time cops and reserves,
50 officers.
Good Lord, that's crazy.
If it's such a small town, why do we need so many? It makes no sense. Why do you need that many officers?
Coffee City hauled in $1 million in court fines last year for more than 5,000 violations, officers wrote, the most in the state for a town its size.
But this isn't a story about a small town writing a bunch of tickets. You see, Coffee City is a magnet for troubled cops.
How do we know? KHOU 11 Investigates obtained personnel records from other police agencies and found more than half of Coffee City officers had been suspended, demoted, terminated, or dishonorably discharged from their previous jobs. A dozen were even criminally charged.
I was astounded to think that they've been hired by another agency.
Greg Freeman is a Sam Houston State criminal justice professor and retired Houston police captain.
I've never seen anything like that in my professional career, and I've seen a lot.
Their prior discipline ranges from excessive force to public drunkenness, untruthfulness, and association with known criminals. Criminal charges include DWI, theft, aggravated assault, family violence, and endangering a child.
If you knowingly are hiring an officer that has a very troubled past and history and has no business to be wearing a uniform, and it's a very, very precarious slope that city is engaging in by hiring.
This is the man who hired them. Chief John J. Portillo quadrupled the department's size since he took the job 2 years ago. He says to provide 24/7 coverage for the town.
Why would you hire so many people?
You don't even know they police cars. They're
with all
just
these
all
red
black.
flags?
There's more to just what's on paper. And that's where I rely on my captain and my background investigators to go in and dig and say, hey, what's the truth behind this?
The chief says criminal charges were often dismissed, dishonorable discharges overturned.
Every police car is
claims
just all
most
black,
applicants hired
all blue.
got on the wrong side of
You can't even
agency
see
politics.
what's on there.
If you go back to the totality of a lot of these officers' stuff, I would say 75%, or if not more, they're being retaliated against from their agency.
Retaliate?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you take a chance, Chief?
I try to look at the good in everybody, and I believe everybody deserves an opportunity.
You give a lot of opportunities.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
The opportunity to wear a badge allows his officers to work extra jobs, which can mean real money, $50 an hour or more.
I mean, let's not hide it from anybody. They're making probably about $80,000 to $100,000 a year doing that.
And I asked Portillo directly, does he get a cut of his officers' extra job wages? Twice during our interview, the chief said no. The only money he makes from extra jobs is from the ones he works himself. And that takes us from Coffee City to Houston and what's coming up tomorrow night at 10.
Call Garcia right now. Tell us his chain of command is.
That's Chief Portillo caught on camera cussing out an elected Harris County constable. Portillo was working security
Just
for a
fucking
Southeast Houston
renegade
apartment
ass
complex
nigga,
nearly 200 miles
This
away
the shit we up
from
against. This is
Coffee
why we
City.
bring y'all this
More on
kind of
that
shit,
video
man.
and what else
This
we
the
learned
shit
about
they ain't
Chief
talking
Portillo's
about.
past.
They want to fill your
as our
motherfucking head with all these
investigation
aliens and all this
continues tomorrow at 10.
bullshit.
Jeremy Rogowski,
This
fascinating
the real
report
shit
there.
that's going
We'll
on,
see you
man.
tomorrow for more. Thank you.
Coffee City, Texas, a small town of about 250 people and 50 police officers.
Portillo left a net. He says assaulted
Let's
him
get
at the
into
complex.
this. Let's get into this.
It's an expletive-filled rant launched at the elected constable of Harris County Precinct 2, Jerry Garcia.
Call Garcia right now. Tell us his chain of command is.
Portillo wanted Precinct 2 to file charges on a man he says assaulted him at the complex. It was just one of many requests the constable says kept coming in from off-duty Coffee City cops.
Which at first was, no big deal. We help anybody and everybody. But then we noticed that it was becoming a pattern.
That pattern, the constable says, was draining resources. So Garcia reached out to the Harris County District Attorney's Office.
And we were advised to tell Chief Portillo that he had to file the charges.
But when deputies did just that, Portillo left a nasty voicemail.
And your captains, lieutenants, or whoever those numbnuts are that you have working for you, tell them your guys not to help us out.
It saddened me.
Look at him doing that
to hear
renegade
that.
cop
This
shit.
isn't
Why they
something
always
small.
do this shit with their
this
fucking
is
shoulders
pretty
and shit?
upsetting.
That's how you
What
know.
upset the constable
piece of
even
shit-ass
more,
cops.
the
They do
response
this
his
shit.
agency got back after alerting Coffee City's mayor. I don't see very much there that warrants any disciplinary action from the city, the mayor wrote. The officers are contracted by the property for
Real shit,
off-duty
though. Look
police
out for that
protection.
shit.
You may want to reach out to them with any complaints.
Didn't think that it merited any disciplinary action against him. It's crazy.
Greg Freeman is a Sam Houston State criminal justice professor and retired Houston police captain.
Basically, you're enabling bad behavior now. And that's exactly what the mayor has done.
So what does Chief Portillo have to say for himself?
I was amped up. And I apologized to my city council, at city council.
Did you apologize to Constable Garcia?
No, I haven't had a chance. I haven't talked to him.
The cussing incident happened 6 months ago.
Is that the real John J. Portillo that people are seeing in the video?
Yeah.
No, I don't just go off the handle.
Yeah, you fucking
did
do,
here.
Yeah,
bitch.
because I got socked in the face. I was mad. I was red, and I was upset because they wouldn't, help me file the charges.
It's not the only example we found that calls into question Portillo's character and integrity. In his application to become Coffee City's chief, he never listed this, a DWI charge out of Florida in which he failed to appear in court.
Why wouldn't you disclose that, Chief?
Didn't disclose. It was over 10 years ago.
You had an active warrant.
Huh? That was disposed of.
No, it wasn't. Court records show the day after our interview, Portillo hired a Florida defense attorney who filed a not guilty plea in the case.
From the looks of it, you weren't being truthful on the application to which you hold the job this day.
Stupid ass. You think, this is stupid.
Chief?
Yeah, I understand. I mean, but that's not what it is. I'm not being truthful.
I'm not being
Forgot?
truthful. I put down everything that was in my mind and I filled out my application to the best of my knowledge.
Well, that same job application states there are criminal consequences for lying on a government document. Len and Mia?
Okay, so there's more to this investigation tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow we reveal how
Let's
some
get
Coffee
to
City
tomorrow
officers
night,
were
man.
working full-time.
How the town of Coffee City, 3 hours.
City, Texas. Cops than any other Texas town.
We
its
fucking
size.
know that, okay.
And that's not the
In Coffee City, Texas. Instead, they work from home more than 3 hours and nearly 200.
hold on.
and that's not the only thing unusual or odd.
Turns out there are a half dozen full-time Coffee City police officers who don't even work in Coffee City, Texas. Instead, they work from home more than 3 hours and nearly 200 miles away in Houston.
It's hard to believe that that is happening.
Greg Freeman is a Sam Houston State criminal justice professor.
I've never seen anything like that. There are 100 questions that come to my mind.
Who are these officers? This internal email shows they're part of a warrant division. It reads, there is no need to go to Coffee City because you will be spending 95% of your time on the phone, calling people who have outstanding warrants and collecting failure to appear fines. And because it's a full-time position, there's an added perk.
It gives them the ability to go work an extra job.
Coffee City Chief John J. Portillo concedes they're on the books as full-time because state law only allows full-time cops to work extra security jobs. At this Houston apartment complex, some Coffee City warrant officers do just that and make more than $50 an hour.
They work 2-3 days a week, 4 days a week.
But is it all above board? The warrant division is a performance-based division, and officers' pay is based on the failure to appears they collect.
They're basically bounty hunters in a way.
Freeman says that amounts to a commission for collecting fines.
It doesn't make any sense. From an ethical perspective, it just screams questions about the legitimacy of what they're doing.
That's because state law requires full-time peace officers to get paid at least at the federal minimum wage. But again, at the Coffee City Warrant Division,
the court gives them $150 for each warrant that they clear.
So they don't earn a salary apart from that $150?
No, sir. No, sir.
A head?
Correct.
Yeah, right.
Correct.
Okay. Is that legal?
Oh, I believe so.
2 days after our interview, Coffee City PD changed course, sending out this email to warrant detectives that said, due to unforeseen difficulties, the program has been suspended until such time as I can make sure that we are in compliance with labor laws.
So whose job is it to police the police? The Department of Public Safety enforces any extra job violations. The Texas Commission on Law Enforcement, or TCOL, has the power to suspend or revoke a peace officer's license. That agency confirms to us it does have an open investigation into the Coffee City Police Department, guys.
He finna be gone in a minute, y'all. He up out of there. And that's why this is why we bring y'all this type of shit, because it's the kind of shit you face with, man. You know, yeah, motherfuckers done seen some aliens or whatever. But this shit, this the kind of shit that we bringing you this shit for, because this is what we really up against, man. Fuck all that other shit. I know it's cool and funny and it's a good conversation piece, but this is the shit that's affecting us every day, day to day. So before we get into this, I'm just gonna give my theory, because this what we doing. We talking shit. This is not backed by anybody. This is my fucking theory. This is my opinion. I believe he was hiring officers that did racial shit, that was dirty cops. He was hiring those kind of officers. I don't know. You know they're a gang. These motherfuckers run like a damn near, like the police run like a mafia, man. They're damn near a fucking gang. So I believe he was more like, if you think about it, he was more like a safe haven for bad cops. I think, and I feel like that's the kind of fucking operation he was running. Because if you look at everything, if you look at all the shit, and you look at everything that he's got, everybody that he's hired is fucked up. So they must say, hey, remember, I don't know if y'all, if y'all follow, I don't give a fuck y'all if y'all don't follow. Y'all could go all the way back and look. We told y'all that these motherfuckers are getting rewarded for doing fucked up shit. Half the people that this motherfucker hired was getting dishonorably discharged. They got criminal charges against them, and the fucking list goes on. Like, that shit is crazy. It just, if you read between the lines and if you look at what's going on, that just seems like what the fuck was going on here. Like, this nigga was a safe haven for badass cops. If you fuck up, you can go holler at Portilla down there, go to Coffee City. Go to Coffee City. I guarantee they was telling motherfuckers that shit. They had to be. They had to be, bro. They had to be. Wasn't no way. Wasn't no way. And then that goes into a deeper conversation as to what we always talk about on here on Talking Shit. I believe the police and these racist groups, they got bounties out on us, on people, man. They got bounties and they play games. They play little bullshit games with us, man, with our livelihoods, man. So that's why we try to keep y'all informed, man, and try to, you know what I'm saying, keep y'all head on a swivel. You know, tell y'all basically to keep your head on a swivel, man, because, you know, you never know what could be going on. Like, you know, you never know what could really be going on within these motherfucking secret organizations. They already got this blue line shit. I cringe every time I see the little blue thing. Like, I don't fuck with that shit. Like, and if you representing that shit and you don't really know what it's about and all that, you know, the black flag with the little blue line in it, yeah, that's some racist shit too. It's all racist to me. To me, the American flag is racist. I mean, that's just the city and society that we, you know, was brought up in. Like, that's just is what it is. You know what I mean? And it feel like that. It feel like that all my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, that flag always stood right next to the fucking cowboy up, the southern flag, the Dixie flag, or whatever you want to call it. All that shit mean the same to me. It's all racist. You know what I mean? That's how they show things. They just, when the time changes, they just change the fucking flag, man. And that's it. That's all. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to this motherfucker. Let's see what the fuck going on, because we're going to give you all of this one at once.
Last week, we uncovered the town of 250 people has 50 officers on the force.
Yeah,
more than half of those officers have tainted past. Now, Jeremy Rogowski reports the Coffee City Council has suspended the chief of police.
He out of there.
Chief John J. Portillo is off the job for 30 days. The Coffee City Council voted to suspend him pending an independent investigation into what we found. KHEO 11 Investigates revealed how Portillo routinely hired officers who had been suspended, demoted, terminated, or dishonorably discharged from their previous law enforcement jobs for a wide range of misconduct or even criminal charges.
Call Garcia right now. Tell his he's a or his trainer commanded.
We also reported on a profanity-filled rant the chief launched at a Harris County constable while he was working an extra security job in Houston. And we uncovered how Portillo failed to list on his job application this active DWI case out of Florida in which he failed to appear in court.
From the looks of it, you weren't being truthful on the application to which you hold the job this day.
Look at it.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, but that's not what it is. I'm not being truthful.
Yeah, that shit was fun. I'm not being truthful.
I put down everything that was in my mind when I filled out my application to the best of my knowledge.
Our investigation also revealed how Coffee City warrant officers didn't even work in Coffee City.
Listen how they talk,
stayed
man. That shit
home in
sounds scripted,
Houston,
too.
spending their time on the phone, calling people with outstanding traffic warrants, and collecting failure to appear fines. After we questioned Portillo about the program,
is that legal?
Oh, I believe so.
No,
the chief suspended the warrant division.
We got hold of Portillo on the phone. The chief declined to comment about the suspension. And that's not the only shakeup in the Coffee City ranks. Sergeant Cody Welch resigned from the department. We don't know why. Welch also declined to comment. Jeremy Rogowski, KHOU 11 Investigates.
Because he done did some shit too.
It's never been a better time to launch.
He done did some shit too. I guarantee that motherfucker done did some shit. Crazy, yo.
Continuing to follow breaking news tonight. A top city official and an entire police force are out of a job after a series of investigations revealed misconduct in a small East Texas town. Good evening and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Marangeli Lopez.
And I'm Brennan Gurley. We've been following this story from the beginning, and tonight we are learning what the city council plans to do after finding out their police chief allegedly lied in his application and hired officers with known legal offenses. Our Raleigh Jayswald joins us now with what's next for the small town.
Following the city council meeting, the city has decided to fire Chief of Police Portillo and deactivate.
You about to lose your job.
We just felt it was in the best interest of us to deactivate the department until we are able to.
You done fucked around and lost your job.
Very satisfied with that. It definitely needed to happen.
This decision to fire the chief came after an independent investigation conducted by the city confirmed the DWI allegation against John J. Portillo. The former chief did not disclose that charge on his job application.
Price drop!
Coffee City is a town with a population of
Bowls for
250
22.
people. Records show the police department had 50 officers on staff. Mayor Jeff Blackstone says the council decided to deactivate the entire police force instead of pursuing individual investigations.
The active duty officers will either look for new employment or they will reapply whenever we do assign a new chief. The reserve officers, they just will have to find a new office.
Meantime, the Henderson County Sheriff's Department will assist on 911 calls.
We're going to answer the calls in order of priority. The most severe is going to be the quickest.
Coffee City resident Rosanna Billings says they're ready for a
they loving it. They driving up and down the street kicking it.
The Texas Proud officers that are going to do what they need to do.
Music loud.
Try to make the money for the city.
We're not trying to make money off of speeding tickets. We're just trying to get people to be safe.
They bled that city dry, man.
And try to
$1 million
Mayor
from
Blackstone adds that with the
fucking
decisions
people.
made today, there's no need to continue investigating the police department. The focus is now on rebuilding the reputation of small town Coffee City.
We're going to have a new police department that everybody in the community can trust and that is going to be working towards serving our community.
In Coffee City, I'm Raleigh Jayswald with CBS 19.
Well, we're learning Portillo had tried to email his resignation before the meeting, but council members refused to accept that and outright fired the police chief. There's no timeline on when a new chief will or when the police department will be reinstated. We'll continue to follow developments on this story as we
Bitch ass nigga, you.
Do you play the latest PC?
I was trying to quit before they fired me. Now that was funny as hell. Them niggas, they didn't even open the nigga email and just telling me. My bad. That's funny as hell. Hey, hey, listen, Linda, Linda. Look, man. Any day that the police get served, they motherfucking just do. You know what I'm saying? They humble pie. You know what I'm saying? They karma cake. I fucking love it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what happened there. John J. fucking Portillo got served his motherfucking karma cake, nigga. Bitch ass nigga. Go find a job somewhere else, man. You can't be no police nowhere else. Crooked ass nigga. So, he ain't the only one, y'all. I guarantee. To go back to what I'm saying, he is not the only city. It's in bigger cities too. He is not the only motherfucking whatever you call it. I call them fundraisers. That's because that's what the fuck he did. He got in there and he raised some motherfucking funds. That nigga got $1 million in 1 year off of 250 people, man. $250 people in that town. It's other little cities like that. If you live in one, get the fuck out. Or do something. Drive right. Be cool. Over 80, almost 90% of motherfucking shit that get you fucked up or caught up or put in the system happens in traffic. Or over traffic violations or in traffic, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is nuts, bro. I might be speaking a low percentage. Anyway, man, moving on.
According to workers, they are allowed to say the N-word to black people. They are allowed to discriminate openly. Let's put up the pictures of leadership full mask. Texas company TNT Crane and Rigging is being sued by the EEOC for racial discrimination.
Oh boy.
For their mistreatment of black employees, 4 of which are named in the suit. According to the suit, the employees had to endure managers and other employees using racially offensive language, including the N-word, hate symbols like nooses, and lightning bolt stickers, and retaliation for speaking out, all while on the job. There's more. The faces behind the company, respectively, you have Mr. Mark Irian, who is the CEO. You have Craig Lonsford, president, Kevin Lawson, VP of operations, and Randy Bartok. Randy is the vice president of finance. None have commented as of yet. In one April 2018 incident, Smith, who served as a crane operator, was ordered by the field manager to pick up an air conditioning unit at the Fort Worth facility while working in Frisco, Texas.
Okay.
He was met with racial slurs when he asked the manager for help. N-word, if you are going to be about it, you can turn that truck around and take your home, end quote, the manager allegedly said, according to the lawsuit.
Wow.
When Smith attempted to report him, as stated in the lawsuit, he didn't receive an effective response from his management. Creighton also allegedly had a similar situation while working as a crane operator for the company. The complaint also says he was called the N-word by a field manager. It also says that Campbell, a truck driver, overheard his colleagues using the derogatory term. He later discovered that he also was being referred to as a white co-worker's black buddy. When he tried to put in a report, management, he reportedly was told, said it would be handled. However, it was never addressed. Trotter started working as a rigger for the company in 2019. He claimed that in one interaction, a white colleague told him, quote, a lot of black people are effing lazy. Blank, you're different. You're not like other N-words. You work. You work though. That's what I like about you.
Wow.
That person allegedly said. Let's put it up. Black employees weren't the only ones spurned by this toxic, hostile work environment. Now, the complaint mentioned Nathan Cook.
It's some racist
a
shit.
White employee who was targeted.
This is a racist
after
job.
Reporting
shit.
harassment and discrimination he witnessed in the work environment, according to the lawsuit. Cook alleged that he was physically assaulted and labeled a wigger and snitch by his peers. Following his complaints, his hours and pay were reduced. The alleged retaliation, along with other factors, led him to resign from his position. TNT knowingly permitted a work environment filled with racist comments and imagery. No employee should have to work in an environment openly hostile to their race, and no employee should suffer reprisal for objecting to discriminatory practices. That's coming from the government, the EEOC. The attorney, Brian Hawthorne, said this in a recent news release. The lawsuit requests compensatory and punitive damages for the black employees. For Cook, EEOC seeks similar relief, including back pay, front pay, and potential reinstatement. Now,
fuck that.
Do you know how difficult it is to get the EEOC to directly sue a company? The reason it's difficult for them to get involved in such a direct way, because usually they simply give you clearance to sue, and you can get a private attorney and then sue from there. For them to get directly involved, it has to be such a slam dunk case. No doubt there's more evidence against these guys. No doubt that this permeates from the top of management. Put up their pictures again. Now, they're going to claim they didn't know anything about this.
I don't want to see them niggas.
That will likely be their affirmative defense if they do not settle out of court. Well, I want to say this, gentlemen, in my opinion, either you all are racist as hell or dumb as hell. Because either A, you all protected the environment, which I believe holistically happened. You protected this racist environment.
Yep.
And when you claim, or if you claim that you knew nothing about it, you all have to be the most ineffective managers on the planet Earth. Routinely, these gentlemen filed document after document asking management, pay attention. There's a culture here. They didn't go to an attorney first. They came to you all. You are exactly where you should be, but not responding to the people who work hard for you. Sharing thoughts here.
Yeah, I think this lawsuit, to use their words, allegedly, has to work different and not be the typical lazy EEOC lawsuit, Dr. Ritchie. I'd like to see sweeping change, no more government contracts. And I would take issue with the statement the EEOC put out just a little bit. Permitted should be removed, promoted is really what happened here. They didn't just sit by, they promoted it. Like you said, top down, no more government contracts. Is that gonna happen?
Yeah, that needs to happen ASAP. You need to do that before the conviction. I mean, damn, all right? Federal contracts are not bound by some judicial proceeding. You'll rip them away when you choose to.
So, like I just said, that is some racist motherfucking workplace shit. For real. Like, you're not like the other niggers. Like, that's the one. That's who need to be for. Hey, and look, that's the one you need to be going for a gusto on. And look, when they reported it to the right people, they went all the way up to chain of command. They went all the way past these motherfuckers. The EEOC got involved and sued these motherfuckers directly. That's what need to be happening. Like, that's the kind of shit that need to go on. Not just some soft ass shit, man. Anyway, man. Like I said, y'all already know how the culture getting. Y'all already know how I feel about the culture, man. These motherfuckers soft, man, and shit. Just, it is what it is, man. Hey, let's go, man. Anyway, we're gonna end the night off with some sad ass, which I hate to be sad, end off on some sad shit, but just fucked up shit from the city, man. Like, this shit crazy, man. I'm telling y'all, man, it's getting crazy out here, man. Y'all be careful, man. Be cool. Keep that pole on y'all, man. On some real shit, man. For real. Because it's getting crazy here, man.
Food deliverer as they were robbed at gunpoint.
And tonight, that robber is still out there. Everywhere at 5, Caitlin McCarthy joins us live. Where it all happened, Caitlin.
Niggas can't even DoorDash no more.
Tiffany, this man was delivering food on this street here in Akron. It happened around 11:30 last night. And the victim's father tells 911 what his son told him about the terrifying moment.
Well, he was door dashing, and he was with another person, and I don't really know too much about it. They said they just put a gun to his stomach, and I guess he handed him over the keys.
A 19-year-old working to make some extra money is robbed at gunpoint. It happened here on Idu Avenue near South Main in Akron. The victim's father tells 911 the suspect allegedly came out of nowhere and took off in his son's car.
He said the guy had a mask on.
Hannah Portis has lived on this street for several years, and she says crime is happening more often.
This isn't the first time that something like this happened around me, and it's kind of sad that it's becoming a reality.
Right now, the suspect is still out there, and neighbors like Portis worry the gun violence will take another innocent life.
Somebody was robbed at gunpoint last night, like you guys said, and then it's dang, what if that gun fired and hit somebody's kid or something?
And the victim's phone was also taken but recovered shortly after. So now investigators are trying to track down his car and the suspect. So if you have any information, give Akron detectives a call. Reporting live in Akron,
wow,
Caitlin McCarthy, 19 News.
Listen, man. I can't stress this shit enough. Beware of your fucking surroundings, man. Please beware of your surroundings. And if you're going to go out at night, guys, have some kind of way to defend yourself, or always let somebody know where you at, man. I know we live in the age where everybody want to be, they want to, be to themselves, and let me, it pays to let somebody know where you at, or let your family members know what you got going on, what you into, where you was at, because you just never know. You know what I mean? Honestly, first and foremost, protect yourself, man. If you can't fight, if you ain't got no kind of self-defense about yourself, get some. There's classes all over the place. Learn how to box, get a pole, get your gun license, you know what I'm saying, get registered. Matter of fact, we done turned into you don't even gotta have a motherfucking paperwork state. So please, man, please, I can't stress this shit enough. Get y'all some motherfucking heat, man. Get you something. Get you a pole, keep that shit with you. Cause these niggas is out here and they crazy, man. These niggas out here, they on the loose, they crazy. Hey, what's happening? You know I got to, Loren, man. Thank y'all for hanging out, man. What I want to say, man, is like I always say, man, let's get more love in this thing, man. Tell your family, man, you love them. Tell somebody you love them. If it's a friend, y'all got somebody going through something, y'all got somebody that's down, even somebody that's strong that you might not, that you think is strong, ask them how they doing and let them know that, you care. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers need that shit. We need to spread this positivity. It's a lot of negative shit going on, man. A lot of negative shit going on. And honestly, in the mind, in being coming from here, coming from a place of destitution, and just fucking evil. I ain't gonna hold you, man. It's just fucking evil out here, man. Being from these places, you have to learn how to adapt. Like I say, you always gotta, be aware of your surroundings. And coming from a place like this, I can understand that this young man or young person, I don't know who it is, he might be going through something, man, and he might not got nobody to talk to. Like every time, let's not just, let's not, I ain't gonna hold you, man. Some motherfuckers is just demons, some motherfuckers just evil. They ain't got shit. But then, there's always something behind that. You know what I mean? So that's why I say if we spread this positivity, we might get better results, man. You know what I mean? So, you know, with that being said, man, y'all just take that shit with y'all, man, and take it how you want, man. But hold on. I need to get to this point. I need to put this out there too. And I'm not saying this shit to be no fucking, for you to be no fucking pushover either. I'm just saying, man, you know, you got to meet it with what you meet it with. If you need to handle your business, handle your business. But if not, man, catch it before it happens. Catch it before this person, who knows what this dude might be going through. He might don't have no money, can't get a job, can't get nobody to look out for him, ain't got no family. You don't know. We don't know. He might be mentally ill. You don't fucking know. He might just be pure fucking a piece of shit. We just don't know. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, thanks for hanging out with us, man. Y'all already know, man. In my own lane. This is some crazy news, man. This is some crazy shit. In my own lane out right now, man. Everywhere, all DSPs, man. Y'all go check out The Beautiful Ones. It's coming out. It's coming up right now. Tickets on sale. Holler at Miss Goody Two Shoes. Shannon K. Malone on Facebook. If you need to, the premiere will be. I think she got tickets for the premiere. It'll be in Barberton. I think at the Lake. I think it's called Lake 8 or Grade 8 or something theater. But it'll be in Barberton at the theater. Y'all go check that shit out. You already know, as y'all seen earlier, if you tuned in live from the jump, Tony Spitt's album is still out there, The Critic. Ralphie Dribb got a gang of shit out there right now. Gallimarfrey 2, I think, is coming soon. I don't know, not sure about that, but everything we got going on, man, just stay tapped in, man. Black Money Media, man. We love y'all, man. Peace. We out.